Good evening, everyone. How are you? Welcome into tonight's stream. Who have we got? We have got Talk. How are you, Talk? You were first in, I think. You're first to comment. Boynes, how are you? Good to see you, mate. Hope you're all doing well. So, yeah, Niddertalbahn. I promised this a couple of weeks back, didn't I? And we said we would run it now that it had been patched. So here we are. We'll give it a try. Just let me know that you can hear me okay. Hopefully the voice is on. I thought we would run a service from Bad Weibel down to Stockholm. I think the last time we did this, we went the other way. So we'll do it this way. It's 51 minutes, so it's not bad, is it? It's not bad at all. We'll dive in. I'm streaming directly this time from the PS5. You know, the old traditional way. I did get a capture card actually from Amazon, but it was one of these cheap, crappy ones, and I tried it out. I didn't like it. The signal kept dropping out, so I'm going to send it back, and I'm going to have to splash out on a more expensive one, I think, to make sure it works. So, not to worry. This is how things go. Let's get the doors unlocked, and we'll get everything set up, shall we? Now, can I remember how to do this? That's the thing. Put that in forwards. I think the lights are up here. Are they somewhere? Nope, there's the engines. Let's just give it a quick scan. So we've got signal lights. We'll put it on normal. What else have we got? Cab light we don't need. It's nice. Train lights, nah. Instrument lights always worth having. What else have we got? Instrument light dimmer. Let's whack them up. Power we need. Else we're not going very far. Compressor, desk light dimmer. Then we need to put the... do we have a key for this one? We certainly do. And we need to cut those in. So I think we're pretty much ready to go. I just need to go and do the safety systems. Oh wow, look at this mob. Yeah, okay. Oh, they're all wearing the same gear. Look at this. That's a bit strange. Right, so I'm going to have to go down to the other end to switch on the PZB, but that's fine. Because I think PZB is now working whichever direction you're going on. Excuse me, I'm going to have to just squeeze in there. So we'll put that on, and Sifa is also in here somewhere. Where's Sifa? That's Sifa. Alright, let's close that. Don't you dare go in there. If you switch that off, we're in trouble. Right, back to the front. Hey Kreza, how are you? Good evening. Let's just check the lights are on. Right, it's looking good. Says we can lock the doors. So let's just do that. All the gear, no idea about that lot. Yeah, it's a bit of a minefield. Yeah, I must admit. I'm just doing it in stages. I might get the webcam next. That's the cheaper of the two things that I still need. But I think with the capture card, I might need another monitor, unfortunately, which I haven't got at the moment, unless I drag a TV in, which I could do to play the console on through the PC. Just waiting for a keyboard to show up from Amazon. Says it's been delivered. Nope, look behind your bins. Could be behind your bins. The buggers for doing that, aren't they? Hey Darko, how are you? Good evening. Good to see you. Just a nice, chilled, relaxing trip down the Niddertalbahn tonight, I think. Shall we open the window or two? You're on the Tees Valley. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, it's very underrated, the Tees Valley route, isn't it? But with all the DLCs that there is for that, it's quite a tidy little route. I was on there the other day, actually, using the 37, which I'd not done on there for quite some time, but I just fancied it. Big Tiny, how are you? Good to see you in. I know you're enjoying TSW, which was nice to hear there on the Discord. So once again, when we see that P board there, we're meant to sound the horn every time, but I won't do it because it might become a little bit annoying. There's lots of crossings on this route, isn't there? And that must be why. But it's a stunning route visually. Lovely. Look at that. Yeah, it's nice. It's a bit unusual, isn't it, as TSW routes go? We've not had one like this before. The previous route to this that I thought was... Let me rephrase that. The route that I thought was the more scenic before this one was actually West Somerset. I did like West Somerset. It's got a vibe of West Somerset, this one, hasn't it? Maybe it's the single track. But it's nice. And it looks good. You like the Class 20 Darko? Yeah. Yeah, it's good. It can be a bit difficult to drive one way in the cab, can't it? But I know what you mean. It is quite nice, the 20. Alright, we've got a 30 coming up just before the station. Yeah, this route's the German equivalent of the West Somerset. It very much is, isn't it? There's just a bit more of... look at all these trees at the side. There's just a bit more of that, isn't there? It's quite nicely built up, this route. Some really good views as well out across the fields. And I should be speeding up because I want to stay on time if I can. That's what I do on this route. I admire the scenery so much I end up being late. I'd get sacked within a week. Right, so we do have that 30 coming up. So we'll put some train brake in. It does have good brakes actually. I don't know whether it's comfy for the passengers or not, the way we just braked, but... Would be nice to walk the route if you had the time in game. Yeah, you could do that. You could do that in sections. There are collectibles for this route, I think, as well, aren't there? As there are for most of the routes. So, I mean, you could kind of do it that way, and walk between the stations. I think I did the collectibles right at the beginning. I think it was one of the most straightforward sets that we'd had in the game. But I think I just spawned in at the stations rather than, you know, walking between them. But you could easily do that. I think you'd pass a couple of hours quite nicely doing that. Right, I'm a tad too slow for this. And of course, one of the best things that I like about this is the automatic mirrors once we get into the platform, which I did show the last time that we ran this route, but I'll show you again because it's pretty neat. Once we come to a stop, the mirrors fold out because we've got it set to auto. So I'll just stay in this view for now. Let's make sure we stop in the right place. And keep your eye on those mirrors there next to the driver's window. There they go. See them pop out? Quite a nice little detail, that. These guys have not quite mastered the stairs yet, have they? They're taking a jump off the bottom one. Right, let's get the doors locked. Do you know the other thing as well that you don't often notice, but look how the wind is blowing the bushes around. That's quite neat as well. And you don't always notice that. Niddertalbahn is next. It's not the same without Farah in the chat to correct me on the German. He'll get me on the replay though. Right, so we can do a 60 on this stretch. And the safety systems are on, of course, but it's a little less complicated on here as PZB is on other German routes. The speed is quite low to begin with on this route. There's only a couple of yellow boards that you approach that you need to acknowledge. Apart from that, it's safer. A couple of yellow signals. It's not difficult on this one. It's like driving the, talking about Tees Valley Line, it's like driving the 101, isn't it, in the UK, but without all the faff of the gears, etc. The clickety-clack of the track there reminds me of the 101 as well. Right, so I acknowledge that. We're coming into the station. What's everybody been playing then in TSW? Did everybody pick up the Class 700? I'm just interested to know about that because that's one of the most anticipated DLCs, I think, in TSW. Loco DLCs, even though it's not a Loco, strictly. So I was interested to know about that. Quite a nice little unit. Quite easy to drive. And if you're from around that neck of the woods, I imagine you quite enjoy that because you'll travel on it quite a bit, so it'll be familiar to you. So I've been playing a bit of the Class 700, but as you know, over on the PC, I've been playing a little bit of Train Sim Classic. I've got another video coming out probably tomorrow afternoon, another short one on Train Sim Classic where I am going from Oxenholme down to Windermere, so down the Windermere branch, if any of you are familiar with that, which is a Steam Workshop branch. It doesn't come as part of the West Coast mainline over Shap, actually. It's something, you need that route to be able to play it, but it's a Steam Workshop route that was free, which was pretty good, so I picked that up. I also picked up a scenario called the Windermere Stopper, and I'm playing that one in tomorrow's video, and dropping a bit of local knowledge as well about the Lake District and the line between Oxenholme and Windermere. So have a look out for that one. I'll probably schedule it in for about 4 o'clock tomorrow, but of course it will be on the feed, so you can watch that whenever you want, whenever it's convenient. But it's quite a good one. Quite enjoyed that one. Plenty of people here waiting for this. Let's have a look at the train. I love the livery, actually. The livery is this mint green on the 628. It's quite nice. Look at them jumping off. Boing, boing. There you go. Oh, these lot are going to push their way through now. Look, they got to be quick. I'm shutting the doors. Shall I let them on? No. You can all turn back now. Well, they're still trying it. Look at this guy. Risking his whole life just to not catch the next one. Crazy. Right. Let's go to Oberdorf-Felden next. It's only a kilometre away. There are some short distances between some of these stations, as you would probably expect, it being a little rural commuter line. As well as the 628, of course, we've also got the freight. We've got the 363, haven't we, on this line, which also comes with it. There's a few services for that. I think I've completed them all, to be honest. They were quite enjoyable. If you don't own this one yet, then I can definitely recommend it. You know, even if you wait for the sale, the first time it comes in a sale. I don't think it has been in one yet. It's too new, isn't it? As long as you don't find the route too slow for you, then I think you'll enjoy it. It's one extreme or the other in Germany, isn't it? It's the ICE1 stuff with the LZB and all that good stuff, and then you've got this one, which is quite laid back. Well, it is when I'm driving it. I'm coming in too slow again, but yeah, do they know the rules? They're desperate. There's probably one an hour, so they're desperate just to get on no matter what happens. It's a popular service though, this one. What time is it? 1 PM in game. How are we? Fashionably late as usual, 4 minutes late so far, and we've quite a way to go yet. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, look at that. He's trying to climb on his back. There must be something to do with the spacing on the platform. Now, I heard a church bell. Where is that? I don't see one. I definitely heard it. Right, off we go to Kilianstarten, platform 1. Oh, there's a church over there, look. There's one right there, just peeking out. Maybe it was that. We'll try and make some time up if we can. so many crossings. I mean, that one there is dangerous. There's no gates on it or anything there. It's quite a wide crossing. Notice that brake cylinder there stays on about 0.7 unless you really hold your finger down on the brake release button. Got to remember that. This is a nice area of the map. Look at the variation in the trees. A lot of different types of trees. You got this clear water. It's great. They put some work into this one. Tommy, good evening. How are you? I'm all good. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm good. Excellent, Tommy. It's good to know. They're getting hung up a bit. I mean, this lady's floating, look. Something a bit strange going on with passengers, I think. Just generally on this route. Right, I'm going to close it again. Let's see. The doors are closing right now. They're still going, aren't they? It's strange because normally, even if you've still got people trying to get on the train, as soon as you hit the button to close the doors, they kind of turn their backs on the doors, don't they? Go walking away on most of the routes, but they don't seem to do that on this one. Right, let's start using some acceleration, I think. Yeah, I think what it is about the trees and the bushes, they're not all just green. There's colour in them as well. You know, there's flowers, there's pink, white. It's just quite a nice mix. Bit of everything. We got green grass, we got yellow grass. It'd be nice if some of this stuff was ported back onto some of the other routes. Maybe going forward, maybe that's what will happen with future routes. I'm not sure. Be good though. It's very pleasing on the eye, as well as quite nice to drive. This 628. Right, we got just over a kilometre. What's up, Peanut? How are you? Good evening. How have you been? It does, Tommy, you're right, yeah. It looks good, doesn't it? It's just very pleasing on the eye, this one. And listen to these signals when they drop as well. Do you hear that? German semaphore signalling. They've even captured the sound for that as well. Good evening, Dave. How are you? We've got bushes coming onto the track there. You're okay, that's good. That's good. You're taking a couple of hours off Train Simulator, Dave, to come and watch this. Yeah, TSW today, Peanut, yeah. Just mixing it up a bit. Oh wow, I'm going to stop short here, I think, unless I get the brakes off. I'll just creep forward. You're giving your back a rest. Have you been leaning over your laptop? That's the good thing about having a desktop version is you can sit back in the chair. But I know what you mean. It is a bit strange going on Train Simulator and using a keyboard and mouse when you're on the console. Everything you need is on the controller. It's a bit strange to get used to when you're not from a PC gaming background, which I'm not really, not for a lot of years. I did back in the day. And when I say back in the day, I don't just mean yesterday, I mean many, many days ago. Yeah, but if you don't sit straight, yeah, you're going to do your back in. Whereas now, I'm not playing this through the PC. I'm sat like I usually am, down on the settee, just relaxing. I think you can, Dave, yeah, I think you can. That might be the thing to do then. Vindecken is next. That was the other thing then about this train. You saw the dials light up in the tunnel. If you do a run at night, the cab looks really nice inside when it's all lit up. You miss all this scenery outside, but the cab looks really nice. Yeah, you can, Dave. Yeah, give it a try. Mind you, that'll set you back. How much are Xbox controllers? About 60 quid? 50 or 60 quid for a new one. It could. No, it is quite quiet. It is quite quiet. Can you not hear it at all? Can you hear the track sounds? The track sounds are quite loud. I have opened the windows. Well, let me turn it up. Hold on a minute. Let me turn up the audio just for this one, because different routes, different sort of sounds really. Let me turn that up. Let's try it on 80, and then tell me what that's like, because sometimes it can drown out the voice and whatnot. Tell me if that's any better. It is quiet though. They're open. They're both open. Well, what I'll do is I'll turn it up again once I get to this station. And then we'll see how we go on. Because don't forget, the engine on this is in the middle of the train. It's not at the front. Yeah, it's like a Tesla, yeah. This is, this is probably why it's quite quiet at the front. So, you'll hear the track and the horns at the front, obviously. But we'll pump it up a little bit. I'll just open the doors. Right. Let's take another look at it. So, if I put that to 90, you'll have to tell me if that drowns everything else out. So yeah, the engines are kind of here. You can hear it now. So that's noisy. But here, so listen there. Hardly anything. Then when you go up here, because this one's got an engine. This is the 628. This one. This one is just a dummy unit. This is a 928. But that's just like a, it's just a remote sort of end. Anyway, we'll leave it on 90 and see how we get on. Right, off we go to Heldenberg and Windecken, which I think is where we see the main line trains, the 110s, come through there. Yeah, it's a cab car, exactly, Dave. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. That was the terminology I was looking for. It drives it at the front from the back end. Yeah. Yeah. Right, so the PZB's flashing, so I don't want to go over 45. It's actually uphill, but to me it looks like I'm going downhill. To the naked eye, that appears to be going down to me. Have I bought any locos? You mean for Train Sim Classic, Dave? If you do mean that, the only one that I've bought is that Class 24, which I got off eBay for $2.99 for the Steam key. I thought it wasn't a bad deal, that, when it's $11.99 if you buy it directly from Steam. And it's legit as well. Got some good fun with that one. Right, so this is going to take us up to where we meet the main line. Puzzle Peanut says, talking about TSC, how is it compared to TSW? It's, I mean, it's never going to be graphically anywhere near this. And I think the one thing about it that I've quite enjoyed is the fact that there's so much available that isn't in TSW. But that's because TS has been out for so long, hasn't it? It's been out for years and years, so there's bound to be a bigger catalogue. But the other thing that I would say about it is, this is going to sound strange, it seems more like a train enthusiast's game. So, you know, this debate about is TSW a game or a simulator? And really it is a simulator. I think TS to me, and I don't know if you agree, Dave, because you've just started playing it, but TS to me seems more of a simulator than this is. Technically, there's a bit more to do. And I know that sounds ridiculous, because how can you get more to do than drive the train? You do that in both. There's just something about it I can't put my finger on. I mean, Dave says TSC is much better. I've been quite enjoying it, don't get me wrong. I would miss the look and feel of this, but I can see why lots of players have stuck with TSC. I've been playing all those routes that I know, like the West Coast Main Line over Shap, and obviously going through Preston. You know how much I wanted to go through Preston in something. And I've quite enjoyed doing that. And then you go to Steam Workshop, and there's lots of people putting little routes on that are free as long as you own certain DLCs, and suddenly you can get like a whole route or a branch line to add on to what you've got. Because I'm assuming because of the editor, people talked about the Train Sim editor, didn't they? Train Sim World editor. And why are we not getting one and all this kind of thing. So I'm thinking that's the difference. Because the editor was out for TS Classic, people have been able to do a little bit more than you can in TSW, which is create scenarios for routes and track that everybody's got the same. You know, nobody's got any additional track. But in TSC, you can get additional track, because it's made up from all the assets of the routes you already own. You know, so yeah, long answer to what you asked me, but yeah, it's good. It's good. I wouldn't say it's more arcadey. I don't think that's what I'm saying. I just think that in TSC, I think the HUD is slightly better, and I don't know if you watched the other videos I did, but I was commenting on, you know, the HUD along the bottom. As you're going along, it tells you the places of interest as you're going along, even down to what a certain sidings is called, and what a certain area is called, rather than just a town name or something like that. And to me, that's like, if you're a railway enthusiast, all that information's good information. You don't get that in TSW. So I don't think that this. I wouldn't say that this is arcadey. by any stretch of the imagination. I just think TSC's got a little bit more detail in it at the moment. Now, they could redesign the hood at any point, couldn't they, in TSW? And make it like that. But I've found all that information at the bottom really useful and a little bit different. So, yeah, it's good though. I like both. I think if I'd have had a PC, years ago, I would have been playing TS, way back years ago, to be honest. You've been doing the Riviera line. I haven't got that one. Woodhead line, I haven't got that one. Huddersfield line I've got. That's good, with the Pacer. And you've got London to Peterborough. Yeah, that's the East Coast Main Line route, isn't it? I've got that one. Yeah. The other thing, Peanut, as well, is that I always say, don't I like a nice long run. And in TSC, there's a lot of long runs. So the one that I did last Saturday, just from Carlisle down to Preston, that was just over 90 miles, which is a really decent run. And I did a 3-hour run the other week on the Kyle of Lochalsh route in a 37. That was good. So some decent long runs there. I'll send you the link on Discord, Dave, to the guy that's selling the 24. He's not just got the 24. He's got all sorts of keys for all sorts, all at a reduced price, and they're all okay. I'll send it to you after this. I'll put a bit of brake in as we come into Aiken. But not too much. Thanks everybody for coming in. I appreciate it as always. Thanks for the thumbs up as well. That's great. You bought the Hope Valley as well. That's not a DTG one, that is it? Is that Just Trains, that one? I think it is. I think that's your neck of the woods, though. It was your neck of the woods, wasn't it, Hope Valley? I remember you talking about that when the Glossop and the Peak lines came out for TSW. You were talking about that general area. Yeah, Just Trains. I'm interested in the Woodhead route, though. That's widely acclaimed as being one of the really good routes in TS Classic. So I might have to partake in that in the sale, whenever that is. But at least your laptop ran it, Dave, because I know you were saying last Saturday you weren't sure whether your laptop would be able to take it. So it sounds like it all went alright. Oh, it was was it only a tenner? Oh, I was thinking it was like 25 quid. Yeah, you did actually mention it was a tenner. You did. I think I just forgot it was that one that was a tenner. I thought it was something else you mentioned. Are they still getting on, look, when the doors are closing? Right, off we go. 1.6 to the next stop. It's like as well as the foliage and everything on this route, it's the bird song even. Just the ambient noise is quite nice on this route. It must be a really nice route in real life. You know, if this is anything to go by. I know TSW routes look a little bit more polished than they normally are. They're a little bit clean, aren't they, sometimes, but if it looks half like this, it'll be a really nice run. Dave, is the Riviera line, does it come with steam engines or is it diesel? I haven't tried steam yet in TS. Yeah, my wallet knows, yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? You've got to put it down to being your hobby, though. You know, you got to try and justify it. Mind you, the PC has cost me a fortune over the last, I don't know, how long has it taken me? I think I got the PC case just before the pandemic, and it's been in the loft, all packed up because I couldn't get the graphics card. And then this year, you know, very slowly but surely, I've been able to get my hands out on the, you know, the rest of the stuff that I needed. So it's cost me quite a bit, all in one go. But just put it down to hobby, and you'll be all right. It's probably a cheap hobby compared to some, I would say. You get a pacer, do you, with the Riviera line? You forked out 100 quid. Oh my god. And there'll be a... Oh my... Look at this. Jumping around again. There'll be a sale soon, Dave, and you'll be able to get the same stuff for about 25 quid. That's what you have to be careful for on Steam, don't you? Because there's so many sales coming up. There's actually been a good one going on for PlayStation at the moment for TSW. I don't know if there's one for Xbox at the moment, but certainly PlayStation has had a few. Altenstadt is next. New car or a new graphics card? Yeah, the graphics card might be substantially cheaper. I think you'll get your 100 quid's worth though, Dave, to be honest. There seems to be a fair bit to do. This is probably the fastest part of the route, this, getting up to 60 for a stretch. I don't think we're going to make much time up though. We're already at what, 8 minutes behind time. Altenstadt, Lindheim, Glauberg, and then Stockheim, and that's it. Yeah, you were talking about Teslas before, Peanut. That'll cost you substantially more than a graphics card. Right, here we are at Altenstadt. Sometimes there is a 363 in that bay platform just there on the left. Doing a bit of freight. Yeah, they are expensive. I mean, mine's just a 4070, you know, and it's pretty expensive. But if you're into the PC thing, then you might not consider it expensive. I mean, I did. But then again, the only reason I built it myself is because the same spec PC I've got, I've saved kind of 500 or 600 quid just by doing it myself. And don't get me wrong, it's a lot of stress when you first press the button to switch it on. But once you see it's running, then you breathe a sigh of relief, you're alright. Right, we've got the PZB flashing at us. Now it's stopped, so we're okay, we can speed up. Yeah, if you want a bit of a project, it's worth building it yourself, definitely. I mean, it's not that difficult. The problem is, you know how much you've spent on stuff if it doesn't go right. It's a case of plugging things in, isn't it? .6 to go to Lindheim. Got some crops growing down this end. Some corn or maize on that side, looks like. And again on that side. Yeah, there is that, Peanut. You're right. Can be a bit frustrating. I think that's why I gave up years ago. I think things are a bit better now with platforms like Steam, etc., where they do a lot of the testing and whatnot for you. You know, as long as you meet the minimum spec to run the thing, you should be okay. But I know what you mean. There's things like drivers and all sorts for your bits and pieces in your PC. Can be a bit frustrating. It's that long ago since I had a PC. The last one I had, um, it didn't even have a separate graphics card. I used the built-in graphics. I don't. When did graphics cards become a thing? Must be in the last few years when games have got, you know, a bit more powerful. I remember playing the first couple of Call of Duties, and one of the I think it was Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell. I think I was playing, and that was all using onboard graphics, and that all used to run all right. If I went back now and looked at the quality of the games, I bet they were terrible compared to now. That was a quick stop, given that we were late. All right, Glauberger's next. Let's just give a warning at this crossing. Yeah, you're right, Krasy. Yeah, I think it always used to be just handled with the motherboard, didn't it? Back then. Yeah, it probably will be. The windscreen in this is tinted, isn't it? Look how bright it is when you go outside. It's actually quite a good view, this head-out view, isn't it? Get quite a good view of the track. Right, let's prepare for Glauberg. Ah, so I did say check the bins. This is Amazon, after all. They love the bins. Yeah, I've got I've got a camera on the front of the house. The other week, I had a message saying, "Oh, we've delivered your parcel. How was it?" I thought, the parcel's not even arrived yet. And when I looked on the camera, the guy just jumped out of his van. He put it behind the bins at the front and didn't even bother to knock on the door or anything. So, you know, had I not had the camera, I don't know what I would have done. You know, I probably would have found it eventually, soaking wet, ruined. You know. Good evening, Rogan. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, look at the detail on those leaves. It's brilliant what they've done with this one. Good. Yeah, I'm alright. I'm alright, thanks. Alright, Stockheim is next. And that is the end of our service. So it's about an hour end to end. Well, it is if I'm driving, because we're always fashionably late. I think it was meant to be about 53 minutes, as I recall. However, right now I'm speeding. Let's just get that off. We've got 40 coming up. Yeah, it's good running this on the main line. It is, you're right. That's a definite advantage, isn't it? I tell you what, though, it gets up to some speed, doesn't it, on the main line? Once you can let it go. What is the top speed, actually? Does it say? I don't think it says anywhere, but it shifts. It definitely shifts. Beautiful route. Yeah, it certainly is. Right, we'll get down under this 40. Have I seen 82 Steams routes? Yeah, scenarios. Yeah, I ran one. I think it was a Northern Transpennine one that I did a few weeks back. After I saw that he mentioned it, yeah, he's got some good ones on there. He's got more patience than me. I'm not good at designing them at all. I know you've done a few, Dave, as well, haven't you? You've created a few. But yeah, Steam has got a few. He's got a few there. Ah, thanks, Tok. Top speed 120 kilometers per hour or 75 miles per hour. Yeah, it does shift. It really does. I haven't run one on the main line actually for a while. I'm going to do that this week. So this is Stockheim. Did we see any trains coming the other way in this service? I don't think we did. I mean, I know it's single track for the majority of it, but there are those passing loops at certain stations. You usually see something knocking about. No, I didn't think so. Everybody off. Look at that. Nobody's come this far. Yep, train's empty. So there you go. It actually took us, yeah. Oh god, I've got bronze. Look at that. Good job I don't collect these medals. That's a bronze. That was terrible, and that's because how tardy I was with the time. It meant to take me 53 minutes. It took me an hour and 4. So it's fine. It's fine. Everybody got there safely, which is the main thing. So that's it for tonight. Just a quick one. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Thanks for the likes as always, and for the chat. Take it easy. Don't forget, there's a new video coming tomorrow about 4 o'clock. It's a train simulator classic one on the Windermere branch in a 47. So have a look at that one tomorrow if you fancy it. But until then, all the best. I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.